the lead on me. He succeeded. Joshua versus Usyk is what I want to talk about real quickly. What are your guys' thoughts on the chances that Joshua wins in a rematch? I see a lot of people, while you guys answer, I'll quickly say, I see a lot of people say, well, you know what, Joshua, it's very polarized. A lot of people say Joshua does great in rematches. I don't know why they say he does great in rematches when the only rematch that he avenged was the Andy Ruiz fight. And I don't think he lost to anyone else. Or maybe he just beat someone in more impressive fashion. But I believe it was just Ruiz. I don't see two names. No. So, did he do impressive against Andy Ruiz? Yes. Not to make excuses, just the way I saw it, Andy Ruiz didn't look that focused for that fight. I think no matter how focused he would have looked, the most likely outcome probably would have been a win by Anthony Joshua regardless. Just a more lengthy fighter, tactical, skilled. The only reason he lost the first fight, in my opinion, was because he got caught and he never fully recovered, and he got too overzealous when he landed and almost took him out. But Joshua and Usyk, I don't know if he benefits more. I don't know if he benefits more in a rematch. Maybe Usyk just puts on a more impressive fight and beats him by knockout this time, because in the last about 30 seconds, Joshua looked in trouble. Joshua looked hurt. I was worried for him. It looked like he was about to be put out. He didn't. But who is a realistic favorite, and by how much of a margin, I would ask, is my question. Well, no, Ryan, to what Ryan said, he says, damn, Chuck pulled the Felix Verdejo, basically. Verdejo's case is completely different, right? I would say. Is there any update on that story? Because he might get like life if it's true, everything they've been saying about him. Can fighters not beat their girls? Come on, Adam says, what a savage. What a savage. About hit the gym, I will check out. Oh, yeah, for sure, Vaughn. Joshua has a chance, but we will see. Exactly. Huapodel, I'm sorry if I said that wrongly. Welcome to the stream. I've seen you here before. You said right. And Ruiz looked terrible in rematch. Read my mind, bro. He looked horrible. So a lot of I've even seen a lot of analysts and commentators, and I've tried to like dissect what they say, and they were saying that, you know, Andy Ruiz, you know, Joshua did a phenomenal job. I don't mean to take anything away from him. I truly don't mean to take anything away from him, but he didn't look focused in the second fight, and I give Joshua the credit for dominating basically every round, winning a unanimous decision. But when people say Anthony does great in rematches, it's been only one? Or am I tripping? Like, it's been only one rematch, and it was against an opponent he should have beat the first time. Don't mean anything to take away from him, but a rematch against Andy Ruiz is way different from a rematch against Usyk, because another thing, just the same way Joshua is going to look to adjust and change the fight, maybe be more aggressive, throw punches together. For one, that's really hard to do against Usyk. And for two, I'm sure Usyk learned a lot from that fight. He himself said in the post-fight interview, I remember it being translated, that he said, I could have done a lot better. I made a lot of mistakes. And in my eyes, that man was near perfect in the boxing clinic that he put. Yeah, he got caught a few times, but he took some of Joshua's best punches. Now, when it comes to a rematch between Usyk and Joshua, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but that Joshua's fighting an uphill battle. Now, if Joshua wins, we got to give him all the credit in the world, because that'll be the second time he avenges a rematch. Joshua, when you look at his resume compared to someone like Wilder or even Fury, Joshua might have the best resume in the heavyweight division right now. And you guys can let me know in the chat, who has a better resume than Anthony Joshua that's active at the moment? And seriously, you should send a CPL of your live calls into the broadcasting studios. So real quickly, and I'm not going to share his name, so maybe that makes a difference, or I'm not sure if it does, but I got an email. I got an email after the day of that fight, because I remember saying quickly on the stream, oh, well, you know, if you guys know of any fighters I can interview, blah, 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 let me know. I would love to interview, grow the channel. And a guy emailed me saying, look, in my 32 years of like broadcasting, and because he works for like a nonprofit or whatever. But anyways, he basically said like, man, you do a great job. You could definitely get interviews, and he kind of gave me advice on how to do so. And I was like, man, like a guy with 32 years of experience, and I looked him up, and I'm like, man, this guy like is dope. And we were writing back and forth, really nice guy, and that really inspired me. So like, I think the next thing to do is like make like some kind of like 30 to 1 minute clip of Monty of doing sort of that thing. So, and I don't mean to jump around a bunch of topics. We'll keep talking about boxing, but a lot happened over the last 3 days. So Monty, I plan to. I would love to be able to do like imagine an event on DAZN and I'm calling the fight live. Like that'll be amazing. We can get there eventually. I watch an NFL channel. You got more views with way less follows. It shows the interest. Wow, that's so cool, Adam. That's so cool, man. I mean, 51,000 views, man. We absolutely killed it. So let's just keep it going. We're gonna keep these podcasts coming every Monday. Hopefully every Wednesday as well too. But we're probably just gonna stick to 1 day a week. So, but we have 13 viewers right now. I used to do podcasts with 1 or 2 viewers, 0 viewers, 3 viewers. So we're definitely growing. Lee Day says Usyk wins easier next time. He'll be even more used to the weight and probably faster. Let me think about that for a second. Look, Lee, I think what you said can be a very likely outcome because, again, he is not a rematch against Andy Ruiz where Andy Ruiz came fighting worse and less aggressive than the first time. It's Usyk, who's a tactician. He's someone like a Lomachenko. Just the same way I think Lomachenko would do way better in a rematch against Teofimo Lopez. Don't know if he wins. I probably would bet he would win if he fights Teofimo again. You might be right. You might be right, Lee. I mean, again, he almost put out Joshua in the 12th round in the closing seconds. Now, Joshua's going to make adjustments. If you remember that fight, Joshua hit him with some big shots. Usyk took it quite well. You could tell he was hurt here and there. But Joshua's main problem, in my opinion, in that fight is he wouldn't follow up his punches. For example, he'll throw like a jab straight, a jab hook, a hook, 2 hooks in a row. But that was the most of it. If you recall that fight, maybe I need to watch it again. But from what I remember, it was 2-punch combinations at most. Like, I think you could count on one hand maybe the times that Joshua threw more than a 2-punch combination. So he's gonna have to find a way to put his punches in bunches, so to speak, to have more output. But again, is easier said than done, and that might benefit Usyk in landing more striking shots. To what Lee said, where it'll be even more easier, where Joshua is gonna have to go out on a shield, and he's just gonna lose to the better fighter. That's very well possibly the case. New Money and Snickers played as big of part in AJ winning the rematch as AJ did. New Money, Jeffrey, that's Jeffrey, welcome to the stream. Ruiz being the heavyweight champion and all that, he was definitely not in it. That's funny as hell though. The New Money and Snickers, I'm assuming you're talking about they played more of a factor in slowing down Andy Ruiz than AJ himself. If that's what you meant, I'm assuming that's what you meant. That's funny as hell. Jeffrey, welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh, by the way, also too, guys, if you haven't already, I do a horrible job sometimes of saying this, but make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the video. It helps the channel out a lot. Helps more people come in. But thank you for being here. I see 11 thumbs up, so thank you. Monty says, I want to see how AJ adjusts to Usyk. I'm sorry, I stretched out my screen and it moved something here. But I want to see how AJ adjusts to Usyk in the rematch. He did it with Andy. He did. Adjusting to someone like Usyk is way different than adjusting to someone like Ruiz. So I really can't wait to see what happens. Ryan says, I think he's staying in there. I haven't heard nothing since the last update on him saying he was the one that did it. So I think that's it, maybe. Well, according to my mom, because she's Puerto Rican, and I talked to her over the phone because, of course, I called her. I was like, you hear this whole Verdejo situation? So, like, I know she watches all the Puerto Rican news real quick, Ryan. So I talked to her not too long ago, and she said that, like, the media in Puerto Rico is not allowed to talk about it because they don't want the media to influence the jury and the trial. So she's not sure exactly what's going on, and she's assuming there's details that we don't know about. So who knows if Verdejo was, like, guilty as far as like committing the crime himself. Like, we're gonna have to wait and see. So all that to say, Ryan, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out. But hopefully, man, I hope for first and foremost, rest in peace to that girl, and secondly, may she rest in peace, and secondly, I just really hope Verdejo was not guilty, but it looks like that's the case. What did Chuck do? I got it right here. The thing is that they didn't give much talk about what he did besides it saying that Chuck Liddell was arrested early Monday and booked into a Los Angeles area jail on a misdemeanor charge of domestic battery, something with his wife. I do remember reading in another report that his wife didn't need any kind of like doctor support, or like, you know, or she didn't need to see a physician. So hopefully it was something minor. I'm not sure what it was. He had Liddell's bail has been set at $20,000. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. That's all I know as far as the Chuck Liddell situation. I'm sure as details unfold, just the same way John Jones did, I'm sure we'll learn more about what happened. I agree, DC. AJ did not throw any more punches than a 1-2. Most of the fight, it was just a hesitant jab. And the reason why I think that happened, yeah, if I really don't remember him throwing 3-punch or 4-punch combinations like ever in that fight. Credit to Usyk. The reason why I think that happened was because anytime he let his hands go, Usyk would make him pay. Usyk was making him bite on almost every feint. If it felt like he didn't let Joshua set his feet to throw punches. So I of course, anyone can say you can make adjustments. You can watch the tape. There's times where someone just has your number, and I don't know. Like, the Joshua is going to be fighting an uphill battle against Usyk, and Usyk is going to be the favorite going into that fight. Whether Joshua can win, what Lee said was interesting. Where Lee said he'll be even more used to the weight and probably faster, and Usyk wins easier next time. That could very well be the case. And if that is the case, that's going to be really tough. It's going to be really, really tough for Joshua. And then the next thing we'll probably see is Usyk versus Fury. It's 8:01 right now. I'm only going to be live for like 10 more minutes. Then I'm going to get out of here. I want to keep them to like an hour long. And I'll make sure I cut the podcast and everything. But what's Usyk's strong suit as a fighter? I don't know a lot about boxing. Well, maybe I should do like a whole breakdown of that fight, of what he did right and what he could potentially mean by he didn't fight his best. But for one, is getting that lead foot on the outside and then landing some left straights. Adam, he did so many wonderful things. For example, he would feint with a jab. He's a southpaw fighter. That means he leads with his right foot in front, where Joshua is an orthodox fighter, you know, with the left foot in front. But anyways, so one of the biggest tools for a southpaw fighter would be the left straight, right? The left straight down the middle. You know, a lot of times he's battling for position as far as like standing toe to toe. What he did beautifully, in my opinion, was not only land the left straight, his jab was the most effective thing in the fight, where he would land jabs, he would feint, then he would keep Joshua guessing, where he would not only throw a jab down the middle, he will also throw like lead right hooks and land them too. So Joshua was really thrown off at that point, in my opinion, where he didn't know what to do. He was like, man, I'm getting caught with jabs. I'm getting caught with lead right hooks. Sometimes Usyk would even throw a left hook to the body. You know, a jab, left hook to the body. Like, he was really mixing it up in a way. And he would also slip punches very well. That's another thing, Adam, that I'm trying to go off memory. When I tell you, you know, a jab is coming and a fighter slips it, like, his timing was so perfect where it would just be right at the end of the punch where he would slip and then land something of his own. It was beautiful to see. It was like a pure boxing masterclass, in my opinion. That girl was pregnant and everything, man. That sucks. But if that's the case, there may be it's something we don't know. But right now, it looks like he did do it if he basically threw his career. Yes, right now, that's exactly what it looks like. I'm going to wait for the details to come out, but that's the most likely scenario according to what people are saying. You know, the media sometimes goes crazy. He definitely did throw his career away. I think his last fight was against Nakatani that he lost. to that he was winning like the whole fight, got caught in like almost the last round or second to last round, and Verdejo was promising. I remember like watching him and becoming a fan where he landed like a counter left hook stepping backwards, and I was like, man, this kid is good. His name is Felix Verdejo, Monty. I'll pull him up real quick if you never heard of him. But this is a guy right here. My computer's taking kind of long. Verdejo remains in prison as U.S. Attorney's Office still considering death penalty. Next hearing is December 17th. So that's what I just found out right now. It's the 17th of December. Capital decision is pending before the Attorney General. We are producing another round of discovery to both sets out counsel next week. Let's see. He represented Puerto Rico in the 2012 Olympics. He had a love affair with a girl he knew from like since she was young. He was married. He was having an affair. That girl dies. Supposedly he's guilty. They have video evidence of him being an accomplice or whatever. He's 27-2. So he was a good fighter. He was one of the most promising Puerto Rican fighters that was rising. But his last fight, he lost to Nakatani by TKO and he was winning that fight. Before that, Torres, but you know, he was beating a bunch of fighters here. He looked very promising, and it's sad to say, but it's really sad to say what conspired. Lee says, also Usyk didn't try for the KO as his corner suggested. And will go for it the next fight. Watch Usyk versus Joyce. No way AJ can KO him. He can really take a punch. I don't remember him taking a strong punch from Joe Joyce. I will watch it again, Lee, and let's talk about it next time. I will catch up on that. I'll make sure of it. I remember the last fight that I saw of Usyk, was it against Chisora? Was it that fight? I think it was. It was on the zone, right? I think that's the last fight I saw where I was like, man, this guy's like, he's phenomenal. That like I got put onto him late and I was like, this guy's pretty good. And look at him now. The champ holding 3 belts. Yeah, but and him being a smaller guy, maybe getting used to that weight again, like you said, it might be more of a wide, you know, victory as far as clear for Usyk, which it was pretty clear enough already in the first fight. Monty, he's like the heavyweight Lomachenko. I promise you, I've seen other analysts say that, and I was like, damn it. Because I said it when I was covering the Usyk and Joshua fight. After that fight, we were talking a bit, and I was like, man, this guy looks like a heavyweight Lomachenko, so to speak. And everybody was saying it, but I can't prove that I said it first. But I remember that happening. And heavy hands, a straight right is a secret versus a southpaw. And Joshua wasn't able to land that really often. I think he landed it just like a handful of times. Throwing punches like Nick Diaz in prime for real, Adam. Seriously. That's that would have, bro. Promising career. Imagine an Olympian, one of the boxing's probably biggest prospects, so to speak. I can't think of another boxer that has a bigger name than Verdejo at the time. Maybe Zayas, if you guys ever heard of him, but Xander Zayas. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but I know he's one of the up and coming stars as far as for Puerto Rico. Right now, he is 10-0 with 7 knockouts. I believe he was like one of the youngest fighters to ever be signed to Top Rank. And 10-0, 7 knockouts. Let's see what he gets next. He doesn't have anything in line, but this is a kid right here that I'm talking about. I believe he signed a Top Rank. I think one of the youngest fighters. I would have to double check on that, but very promising Puerto Rican fighter. But besides, like, yeah, it was Verdejo that was the biggest name. That is crazy, Adam. It's truly sad. He took about 5 in a row and just smiled back at Joyce. Joyce is probably not as heavy of a puncher as Joshua, but still, if he could take big punches and keep Joshua on his toes, it's just Joe Joyce. I'll make sure I watch it, but let me see if I can see some highlights real quick that I can bring up. I'm pretty sure I can't watch it on stream, so I'll make sure I mute it. This is horrible quality, by the way. Let me see. Does this make it better? He got caught with a right, with a straight right. Oh yeah, Joe Joyce was landing some big hooks. They were like sock and bop. Like, let me see if I can show you guys real quick. Like a few seconds ago, they were just throwing and throwing and throwing. Look at this. I'm gonna take this off in a second because I don't want to get put down. Damn, Usyk looks a lot smaller there too. Oh, he got caught. Yeah, he got caught right here again. I'm just looking at highlight. Oh, that left straight was works money for Usyk. The way he sets that up is just beautiful. He's a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. I can't wait to see how Usyk versus Joshua unfolds. Like, if you guys are just getting here, we were looking up when that's supposed to take place. I believe it's February or March of next year, so about 5 months from now. AJ didn't faint. His head movement looked timid. He looked very timid because I think he felt Usyk's power from the beginning, and I think he was timid to let his hands go because he was getting caught. So, and I get it. But he's gonna have to make adjustments. But Usyk is gonna come ready to fight as well too. And I suppose that's credit to Usyk for making him scared to move. Exactly what I mean. It's one thing, you know, the famous Mike Tyson quote. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. I think Joshua truly got punched in the face and didn't know like how to adjust. I think that's truly the case of what happened. Once again, guys, thank you for being here. We're just having a great time talking about fighting, talking fights, kind of just going off the rails with whatever topic comes up. If you guys are just getting here, Chuck Liddell got arrested. Leon, and real quickly, let's finish the podcast with talking about, and we're gonna do these more often. We had a very interactive chat today, which is nice, and back and forth podcast. This is what I plan to keep doing as the channel keeps growing. So it's a lot of fun. Now, the last thing we can talk about is Leon Edwards, which we didn't talk about much. Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal. And real quick, there was an article by MMA Junkie that was posted earlier today. It's supposed to happen in December. Now, the lineup for that, let me know if you guys can read that pretty clearly. I don't know how it comes off in the screen, but I hope it's big and like, is it legible? I'm hoping so, but anyways, for that lineup for UFC 269, it's going to be Oliveira versus Poirier, Amanda Nunes versus Pena. Pena really believes she could beat Nunes. She's been accusing Nunes of ducking her, which is quite interesting, but I like her. I truly do like her character and the way she carries herself. Hopefully she can shock the world, because if Amanda Nunes beats Juliana Pena, I mean, who does she get next? And sometimes I like rooting for the underdog. But then there's Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal, Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz. That's a good fight right there. I saw Sean O'Malley was calling out Dominic Cruz, but obviously that didn't take place. Cody Garbrandt is fighting on the undercard of that. Probably is that prelims at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, probably. Hopefully Cody Garbrandt could rise up. Ryan Hall's fighting on that card too, which he just got knocked out not too long ago. Now, Sean O'Malley, real quick. Sean O'Malley versus Piva. I saw Piva's last fight against Phillips. I think it was I think he didn't fight after that. And let me see. Yeah, it was against Kyler Phillips. And Piva won that fight. It was a very close fight. Piva looks promising. Sean O'Malley has to be careful. He was shocked by Chito Vera, right? By Marlon Vera. He could get shocked again by Piva, is all I'm gonna say. Piva looked really aggressive and takes punches quite well and dishes it back out. So the show is flowing. I love it, Monty. I love it, man. It's truly nice to like have a back and forth and just to talk fighting and just to chill here on a Monday. Also, let me know, guys, in the chat, is this a good time to do this? Is there a better time or a better day? Like, is it better on a Tuesday than a Monday? You guys let me know. Oh, what a good fight. Masvidal doesn't when I'm sad and it's not with your phone straight, but nothing is. What's that? Oh, what a good fight if Masvidal doesn't. I'm not sure exactly what you said. And it's not your fault. I'm not sure exactly what you said, Adam. I don't know if you could elaborate, but Masvidal versus Edwards is a good fight. It's almost a win a must win for both fighters as far as the goals that they have for their future. For example, Leon Edwards, he's been inching and just not begging for a title fight, but you can tell that's what he wants. If he doesn't get past Masvidal, that moves him back down again, and that's not good for him. Masvidal, if he loses again, that'll be 3 losses in a row. You know how the UFC is with 3 losses in a row for the most part. It's a little bit scary what can happen for either fighter if whichever one loses. That's why it's an important fight for both. Edwards is hopefully going to make a good amount of money there because he deserves it. He's been on a tear. So Jason, welcome to the stream, man. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Everybody who's here, make sure you hit the thumbs up. What's up, Jason? We're just having a good back and forth, man. We've been live for almost an hour, so it's just been really nice to just talk some fighting with you guys, and it's been such a pleasure. The chat has been going ham today. I love it, man. We could just have a simple back and forth, talk fighting, and just keep growing this channel. So thank you. And when I was talking about the phone, I meant the quality of the website. Oh yeah, like it's probably hard to read and stuff, unfortunately, because it shows a list of like UFC 269 and the potential like fights that are going to be happening and taking place. So sorry, Adam. And what a good fight if Masvidal doesn't win. But let's see what happens, man. I mean, it's a good story for whoever wins, but I feel it's a tough loss if Leon loses. Fury versus Usyk after the Usyk AJ rematch, as long as Usyk wins, will be great. Oh, that'll be phenomenal, man. I believe it was Andre Ward that was saying, no, it was Roy Jones Jr. that basically said, like, this is not the fight that needs to happen because, like, as far as Usyk and Fury, so hopefully, because there's better fights to make out there, and that's okay. That's why you got to make sure you have the bell hit for post notifications. I'm Battle Lab Adam. It's all good, man. Once again, Adam, you're the man. Thank you for always showing love. Truly doesn't go overlooked. But there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, real quick. I remember now. Boxing schedule. Upcoming fights. I want to quickly look this over and then we'll get out of here. And then UFC events. I don't know if you guys remember the MVP versus Douglas Lima fight, but I was complaining so much about that fight because it was only 3 rounds, and now all their main events are going to be 5 rounds. I was like, thank you. They must have heard the voices of a lot of people that were just complaining. Both have good foot movement. Usyk might be technically better, but if Fury can smother him with his body, entire Usyk, it would be. And you know, I believe Usyk is only 6'3", where Usyk is 6'3", 220. Fury is 6'9", 277 right now. I don't think there's anyone as skilled as Fury that's as big as Fury. And I don't see him losing anytime soon because of that. Because you could be as skilled as you want. Usyk, I would say, you know, a lot lighter on his feet. The way he moves is like just beautiful to see. But Fury is huge, man. Huge. But a lot of people doubted Usyk against Joshua, and he won that fight. So what's going to happen? I'm not sure. Yeah, you missed an hour, Jason, but it's all good because you can rewatch it after it's uploaded. So no worries. Yeah, if Fury can smother him, it's just going to be really tough for him. But the weight difference, look, it's right here. He's 6'3", 220, but Fury, that shows up right here, 6'9", 278. He's just a huge man. If Fury does fight Usyk and he wins, he probably rides off into the sunset. I would say so. Oh, you just got to keep sticking around, Jason. Promise you, you'll get there, but it takes time. The guys that have the blue name, they've been here for a while, so just throw that out there. So takes a while. Adam's been here for a while, so you know what I mean. Like, but thank you for the support, Jason. Thank you for being here, my guy. It's truly appreciated, and you'll get there. But just to finish up, that's what I wanted to talk about. Didn't mean to sniff in your guys' ear. We'll get better with this whole podcast thing. But real quick, Joet Gonzalez fights this weekend against Navarrete. Joet Gonzalez, remember, he fought Shakur Stevenson before he lost to him. Before that, he might have been undefeated. I'm gonna just give you guys a quick a quick update on the events that are going to come up and what we will be covering, and then, you know, talk a little more fighting. We'll get out of here. We'll be done in literally 5 minutes. So keep it locked. The last loss and only loss was to Shakur Stevenson. After, you know, he's 24-1, he'll be fighting Navarrete. Navarrete being 34-1 with 29 KO. So this is a big fight for Gonzalez and for Navarrete. I mean, it's gonna be tough. The last time Navarrete lost was 2012. So he was a young fighter when he lost. So that's gonna be happening the 15th. We won't be covering that. Kambosos versus Junior. Kambosos Jr. right versus Teofimo Lopez, which I'm not too excited for that because, of course, I want to see the rematch between Lopez and Lomachenko. This website says it's going to be on Triller pay-per-view fight. I thought Lopez was going to be on, real quick, I just need to look this up. I thought they were going to be on the Zone because I don't want to pay $50 for a Triller pay-per-view, and I'm not going to. Okay, so the good news here, supposedly by Bloody Elbow, this was October 6th, that Triller Fight Club is no longer involved. So it's going to be on the Zone most likely, which is great because then we can possibly cover that fight. So that's good. So besides that, Mikey Garcia also fights the 16th. Won't be covering that. Jamel Herring versus Shakur Stevenson. I'm supposed to do something that night. I wanted to cover that fight, but I might not be able to. Now, October 30th, we're probably going to have a long day of work commentating wise, because we'll most likely see Dillian White versus Wallin during the day, and then UFC the 30th is Blachowicz versus Teixeira versus Jan versus Sanhagen, you know, where Aljamain Sterling being out. Made a video on that of how he was out against Jan, and then Sanhagen is taking his place. And Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. It's just crazy the fights that we're getting. So that's going to be on the 30th. So hopefully the 30th of October, we have a big day where we'll watch White versus Wallin, and then we'll watch the aforementioned fight between at UFC 269. So a lot of things coming up. Blachowicz, the light heavyweight champion, will be fighting versus Teixeira. Teixeira really wanted a title fight. Steeler Nation in the building. What's up, Steeler Nation? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Thank you for being here. Okay, thanks. No problem, Jason. AJ didn't use his body and clinch. I think Fury will be able to close and do it. That will be golden retirement for Fury beating Usyk for the... Oh, exactly. He unites all the belts and then just leaves, or maybe defends it one time. Who knows? You think he's scared of Kambosos? You think so? And it will be, I'm happy it's on the Zone, man, because I did not want to pay $50 for a pay-per-view. Maybe you accidentally find a cracked stream. Gotta be careful how I answer that, Jacob. Welcome back, Jacob, as always. But yeah, I'm not paying for that fight, is what I will say. Whether I'm watching it, I don't know. But I'm definitely not paying for that fight. It's not like I don't want to pay $50 for that fight. DC, you gotta cover Teo Kambosos fight because Kambosos has real charisma, not like fake Teo. I mean, all right, so what date was that on again? I'll try to real quick. I mean, it is on the Zone, so that's why I will watch it. It's this weekend. I'm sorry, I sounded really excited for that, but it's this weekend. I got a wedding to go to this weekend, but this fight starts at 8 p.m. It was supposed to be at 8 p.m. Now, did the Zone change it? Because if they didn't, then we'll cover it. I'll do that just for you, my guy. I really will. As long as I can make it back in time. Main card is at 9 p.m. Main event is at 11:30 p.m. I think we have ourselves a fight. Are that much people interested? Probably not, but we got to keep growing the channel, Monty, so that's probably what we're going to do. Respect to Wilder and all Wilder fans. Quadrilogy could see Wilder as new champ. Two greats, epic war of wars. Fans don't. Bro, Steeler, that was a phenomenal fight. And we've talked about that, not at length, but a bit, Steeler, where like I made a video about it not too long ago where I just simply said that, look, you can say Fury is great, and you can also say Wilder showed a lot of heart. Like, you don't have to hate one and like the other. You know what I mean? I just posted it in the chat in case you didn't get to. But that was during the live stream. So if you know what I'm saying, Miller, for that stream. Okay. Speedy, thank you. I'm going to trust you and hold you to it. But supposedly it's supposed to be on DAZN. So that's nice. Have you seen the Wilder memes? No, I only saw one, and maybe I could look this one up real quick. Wilder, this is Alabama. You know how Alabama lost in football? Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. I had a friend send it to me. I can't quite find it. It's 8:25. I need to get out of here. The wife texted me, and she's absolutely right, because I said I would be done in an hour, and it's an hour. So I'm going to get out of here soon. I'm just going to finish up and close up. Talk to you guys. There's 10 people here, so I love that I'm leaving, and there's still people. Like, that's crazy. 10 viewers after, like, such a long time. It's great. Also, sorry, I got test tomorrow. Went to study. What's up? Oh, you're good, Speedy. No need to apologize. Thank you for the support, as always. Yeah, I got every support. Okay, Speedy, we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll try to keep that on the DL. By the way, I got the biggest pimple right here, bro, out of nowhere. But last time I got a big pimple like this, I found out that I was going to be a dad. So hopefully great news. HBO hits me up. They're coming back to boxing. They want me to be the ringside announcer. Who knows? The ringside commentator. But anyways, guys, we are about to get out of here. Because of Monty, we might cover Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos Jr., which is this weekend on Saturday. I'll probably just go live for like the main event. I'll keep you guys updated. Besides that, is there anybody else on that fight card that's interesting to watch? I don't think so. Also, if you guys are looking into what we're going to cover next live, Dillian White versus Otto Wallin will be on October 30th. That's on DAZN. That'll be early in the day. We'll cover that. And on that same night, we'll be covering UFC 267 between Blachowicz Teixeira, Jan Sandhagen. I made a video about why Aljamain was out. Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. That's a great card, man. I truly can't wait for that card. And then last but not least, guys, before I leave, I'll let you guys also know, November 6th, Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. Canelo has cat-like reflexes. It was actually insane the way he dodged a smack and then landed a smack of his own. And on that same night, I don't know how we're going to cover both. Hopefully one starts a little later than the other, because I know Showtime is probably going to... What time does it start at real quick? Doesn't say, but I know UFC starts at late. UFC main card starts at 10 p.m., but there are 5... Damn, I want to watch every fight of UFC 268, but I also need to cover Canelo. So it's just a shame that they're on the same night. I just hope it doesn't... Let me just look this up real quick and I'm out of here, guys. Caleb Plant, Canelo start time. Please be like 8 p.m. The fight will decide the undisputed super. Yes. I need to get out of here. I need to go hang out with the wifey. So real quick, can't find it. I don't know. Hopefully it's later than, or earlier than hopefully it's like 8 p.m. or something. But Showtime, if they fight in the West Coast, it's probably gonna start late. We're gonna have to roll the dice and see what we do. 100% Wilder deserves true hardcore boxing fans. I agree, Steeler. I agree. I like your live stream because you respond back. Always respond back, Jason. DC Live's the best. DC Live's the best. 100% interactive. I've been looking for like a name. Real quick. The last thing I'm gonna say. The wife is waiting for me. She's gonna kill me. Last thing I'm gonna say. I want a light back here that says like live with Miller DC or something of that nature. Like that would look fire. And I'm gonna put shelves and I'm gonna put up a picture of a fighter that you guys will see. Is going to be dope. I'm working on a couple things, right? But anyways, I've been thinking of a name like Before the Bell Podcast is cool, but like DC Lives or I don't know, something like that might be cool if you DC Interactive Chat Talk or when I have members or something like that. which I'm not saying you guys have to pay when I have members. I'm just saying like we'll figure something out. But that'll sound dope. Like DC interactive talk with live chat. We'll have like a certain segment on Wednesday or something. Who knows? But I like that. If you guys think of any names, let me know. Jason's laughing. Have a good night, broski. Tell Pookie and Isla I said hi. We'll do Speedy. Much love, man. Thank you for always supporting. Monty, I'm out of here. Steeler, got to get out of here. Anyone else in chat? Jacob, all you guys. DC Live sounds good. Now, I like that. DC Live, that just sounds cool. DC Lives. Bro, that's cool. You guys like it too. You might have something there, Monty. I'll let you know. It's Miller time. I would use that because that's funny, Lee. And last thing I'm gonna say, promise, this is the last thing I'm gonna say because I gotta get out of here. But I used to play Little League baseball and stuff like that, and all these kids would be like, I would be batting, be like, it's Miller time while I'm about to go bat. It would be cool if I did that, but you know, of course, the beer Miller already has that name, so there's probably some kind of copyright thing. Down with DC sounds cool too. If you guys have any other thoughts, just write in a comment on another video, whatever, or like on the comment on this podcast after it's posted. I'm gonna get out of here. Much love, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. We're growing this channel. It's crazy. 12 viewers, man. Like, that's crazy. 12 live viewers on a Monday night at like around 8:30. I'm out of here. Much love. God bless, guys. Thank you for being here. And I'll catch you guys soon. Thank you, guys. Peace. Jason, probably this weekend, Saturday. Maybe a podcast before that. See you, Zelme. See you, Monty. See you, Steeler. DC Live is dope. I like that too. Much love, guys. Peace. Yes to what Speedy said.